Yo, what did I just wake up to this morning? Guys, this is absolutely insane, and all I'm gonna say is, like, this is amazing, but they need to give us more cubes, or they need to do something. Like, this is absolutely freaking insane. So we already knew Global was not going to follow the normal banner schedule from JP, and it looks very, very much like we are trying to catch up to JP so quick. Like, this is insane. This is quicker than Black Clover Mobile. This is ridiculous. Like, it's good because we get more content. Like, I'm not upset about the content, but it's bad because anyone who's free to play or even a light spender, like, oh my gosh, we are cooked, because it is going to be so hard to get all the characters you want. The one good thing I can say, well, I'll say it here at the end of the video. It might make you feel a little bit better, okay? I have to say it because really it's true. And it may be, you know, like, even though you might not be able to summon everything you want right now, it gets better, okay? So, to start off, December 3rd through December 17th, we are getting Agile Body Itadori. This guy is a very good character. I will show you where he's at on the tier list, and we'll talk about what he can do. And then additionally, on the same day, we are getting one of the best supports in the game, SSR Nishimiya, from December 3rd to December 17th as well. And then if they didn't cook hard enough with that, releasing two very good support characters at the same time, they decided to then release 3 days later, December 6th through December 27th, not the ideal vacation for Satoru Gojo, otherwise known as Hollow Purple Gojo, who I just did a showcase on, all within 3 days of each other. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And then December 6th to December 20th, we are going to get the new story event for that as well. What the hell is happening? Holy crap. Okay, first let's talk about Itadori. Okay, this is the JP tier list, and the interesting thing is I don't even need to scroll to show you the character. Itadori right here in S+ tier, right next to Megumi. If you have used Megumi, the people who have used Megumi on Global know that Megumi is insanely good, and Itadori is the exact same way. And then if you look up one tier, you will see Hollow Purple Gojo and Nishimiya side by side. Now, the interesting thing is Nishimiya on JP launched with a different character. Now they're launching Nishimiya and Itadori together, whereas Nishimiya originally launched with what is his name? Oh my gosh, she launched with Kamo. That's his name, Kamo. So he is obviously like towards the bottom of the tier list, so I guess it kind of makes sense for them not to launch them together, but then just to launch, you know, Hollow Purple Gojo 3 days later is absolutely crazy. All right, but let's start with Itadori. Let's talk about what he can do really quickly. So he's resistant to poison and soul damage. When a critical hit is performed, he increases his own crit hit rate, and he has a black flash, and when it's performed, it increases his taijutsu damage. So his skill 1 is Cursed Energy Punch, deals 120% melee taijutsu damage to the enemy, and level 10 it goes up to 180%. Skill 2 is Let's Go All Out, increases own critical hit rate by 40% for 3 turns, and increases all allies break damage by 30% for 3 turns, 2 times. That's pretty good. And then if you upgrade it, 52% crit hit rate and 48% break damage, that's pretty dang solid. That's a really good buff. And then his skill 3 is Drop Kick, deals 220% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, increases own taijutsu damage by 25%, fills own ultimate skill gauge by 160. That's increasing your own ultimate skill gauge is very good for any character because that allows them to ult quicker, and then increasing own damage is good as well. Level 10, there's the percentages for you. And then his ultimate, Cursed Energy Flurry, deals 860% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 30.7% for 3 turns. That's really interesting, and that's actually really good if you are running other taijutsu characters on your team, because that will increase the damage that is done to them, which is very, very solid. If you upgrade it to level 10, it's a 45% increase, 15,000 melee taijutsu damage in general right there. And then once again, his auto skill gives him poison and soul resist at the start of battle because he is Sukuna's vessel. So this Itadori A very, very good character, a red character as well. Next, we have Nishimiya, considered to be one of the best supports in the game, a blue character. Her characteristic, if own HP is 60% or below, grants evasion status to self 2 times, up to 1 time during battle. Her skill 1 is called Windblade, deals 100% ranged jujutsu damage to the selected enemy, increases the selected enemy's damage received by 15.4% for 2 turns, 3 times. Skill 2, Tailwind, increases all allies' damage by 41.7% for 2 turns, and increases all allies' break damage by 20% for 2 turns. That's really good. That's very, very good. And then if you get it to level 10, look at that boost though. 68.7% damage increase for all allies. That's part of what makes her so good. Like really, really good. And then her skill 3 though, even better, Reconnaissance, increases all allies' critical hit rate by 30.7% for 2 turns, increases all allies' critical hit damage by 20% for 2 turns, and then decreases all enemies' critical hit resistance by 30%. Like, oh, it's such a good skill. Such a good skill. Up to level 10, you can see the percentages and what they are. And then her ultimate, I'll teach you a lesson, deals 420% ranged jujutsu damage to all enemies for 6 hits, decreases the selected enemy's ultimate count gauge by 1, and stuns all enemies. It is a 50% chance though on that. If it was 100%, she'd be absolutely freaking broken. I mean, she's already at the top of the tier list. She can't really be much more broken than she already is. And last but not least, we have Satoru Gojo, the new Hollow Purple Gojo, who I just did a showcase on, so go check that out if you haven't already. He leaves the field after 7 turns. That is true. And then when Black Flash is performed, he increases his own crit hit rate. His skill 1 is one of his hardest hitting skills. You can handle it, right? Deals 280.7% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. It has a great critical hit chance, and I can say that for sure. It definitely did hit. Decreases the selected enemy's taijutsu and jujutsu damage by 15%. At level 10, the damage goes up. And then skill 2, Composure of the Strong, increases the selected enemy's damage received by 23.7% for 2 turns, increases the selected enemy's damage by 10% for 1 turn, and increases own damage by 54.8%, however. So very good skill. And the percentages go up a lot as you get it to level 10. At level 10, you have 70% damage increase, while increasing the amount of damage they take by 30%. That's basically 100% damage increase, which is really, really good. And then his skill 3, which I had used a little bit in his showcase, is not very good, so keep this in mind. Increases own jujutsu damage by 100% 1 time, deals 222% ranged jujutsu damage to the selected enemy for 4 hits, and decreases the enemy's damage by 10.5% for 1 turn. Like, it's okay, it's not the greatest skill. I think his skill 2, his skill 1, and his ultimate are the most important things to use on him. And then last but not least, his ultimate, which is really good yet really annoying. Ultimate Hollow Technique Purple, deals 1000% ranged jujutsu damage to all enemies, decreases all enemies' ultimate count gauge by 2, and then he just leaves the field. Yes, he leaves the field on his ultimate. You read that right. It's a little bit annoying, so you have to be careful with how you use his ult. But really, this Gojo leaves after 7 turns anyway, so you should be using his ult either on like turn 6 or 7, unless you're trying to run like a recollection to get him his ult in 2 turns and then switch in your subslot unit, which is a possibility, but like I don't think people are going to be doing that too often. So yeah, just be careful with how you use his ult at level 10, 2000% once again. Auto skill 1, Strategic Retreat at the start of battle. He leaves at 7 turns basically. So annoying. And then he also still has the Limitless technique like the other Gojos, where he can't be attacked unless he's in a domain, which is absolutely insane. So those are all the new characters coming to the game for Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, all within 3 days of each other. And this comes up here in like, what, 2 days now from the time I'm recording this? This is absolutely crazy. So once again, all I can say is I hope they give us some cubes. I really, really do. But if they decide not to, for whatever reason, I think they will. I think they will compensate us nicely or give more cubes during the event or something. I think they have heard our feedback. I'm hoping. They haven't really said anything about it here, but I'm hoping. I'm very hopeful. But even if they don't, there is a silver lining, and like I said, I will talk about that more towards the end of the video. Now, in addition to that news, we also have news about the new futures. So we're getting chapter 10 in the main story, which we already knew, coming out December 3rd. That means grade 9 is going to be unlocked. So you thought you were done. You thought you had your character's max level. Nope. Now it goes up to 97. Keep in mind that eventually we'll go all the way up to grade 15, if not beyond that. Right now, JP is at grade 15, so you're going to be able to get characters a lot higher in grade. And then last but not least, finally, the confirmation of more content for the game. Illusory Tower coming out December 3rd. Now the thing is, they didn't say how much is coming out. I looked, I scoured everywhere. I wanted to know how much of Illusory Tower is coming out. I did not see anything. So the new future, Illusory Tower, is set to be implemented ahead of schedule. In Illusory Tower, you advance to the top floor. What is the top floor though? Who knows? By defeating powerful enemies on each floor. Completing the task will reward you with Phantom Seal Stamp. Now this does not mean every floor. It means completing certain floors and certain tasks will get you that stamp and other awesome rewards. After the maintenance on December 3rd is when this is going to come out. And you can see down here just the confirmation of Illusory Tower coming out, expected to be implemented ahead of schedule on December 3rd. This is actually a lot sooner than I thought. I expected like December 25th, so I'm gonna say like this is a massive W. No matter how you look at it, more content in the game. You get like 300 cubes per floor. This is the biggest W we could get getting this content right now, in my opinion. This is really, really good. So keep that in mind. That is more free cubes in your pocket. That does help. Is it enough still? In my opinion, no. Okay, but it is something. It is a step in the right direction. So at least they're not releasing a crap ton of characters right here, right, with no extra cubes. There are extra cubes coming at least with the Illusory Tower, so that is something, okay? And additionally, the brand new Phantom Seal Stamp, an item to increase a character's level limit, is set to make an appearance. It increases your level limit by 10, by the way, and puts a cool little special effect on your character card, which is really sick. Use Phantom Seal Stamp to increase a character's level limit by 10 levels, like I just said. Additionally, after the Phantom Seal Stamp officially debuts on December 3rd, we will gift Phantom Seal Stamp ×1 in the game as a commemorative reward. This is actually very, very big because that means immediately you are going to be able to break the level cap on any character of your choosing, right? So that is absolutely amazing. If you ask me, the two characters you want to use it on first is either Yuta or Gojo. You want to use it on an attacker type character. Do not use it on a support type character. I could make a video on like who to use Phantom Seals on first. Let me know down in the comments if that's something you guys would like to see. But I feel like just straight up the two best characters, Yuta and Gojo, and then after that maybe Megami, but like realistically it should be Yuta or Gojo because those are going to be the two most used DPS characters in the game. And you can see right here the special effect that it puts on your card a little bit. It's actually really sick. It looks really good in game and it's like a little hollow effect and level limit plus 10. So not only are we going up to level 97, we are going up to level 107 on characters, which is absolutely insane. So this is very, very hype right here. Illusory Tower, the stamp, I think all that's great. The only downside is how many banners they're pushing out with. It feels like a lack of cubes because they haven't announced cubes. But once again, Illusory Tower gives you a lot of cubes, but probably just not enough. So hopefully they'll give us cubes. We haven't heard anything necessarily, but I'm hoping missions and stuff like that will be upgraded. We'll just have to wait and see realistically. But there is an in-game notice as well where that changes a lot of other things that wasn't even mentioned. Not even mentioned on X, which is crazy. Okay, so as you can see, we have the balance adjustments for recollection bits, balance adjustments for certain characters, and server maintenance announcement. The server maintenance announcement just goes over all the stuff we just talked about on X, but these two things were not mentioned at all. Okay, so balance adjustments for characters. I think some people are going to be excited about this, some people might not, but basically the OG Megami Inherited Curse technique is getting a buff. I'm not going to go over all the things that are being changed here. You can check them out on the wiki as well, but a lot of things are being changed to make him better, okay, which is a very good thing. Additionally, Maki is being changed. Not a lot is changed with her, as you can see. It's just a very short change right here. Applies 7% physical technique up to 15%. I can go over that one because it's just a change in how much, you know, damage she does. It does make her better, but still not good enough. And then we have don't underestimate a puppet panda. Cursed energy cost from 40 to 25. Cursed energy has been changed from 30 to 15. So that means that it costs less energy to use Panda's command skills, which makes it a little bit easier to use that character. So that's like a good thing, right? These are good buffs and stuff like that. His ultimate has been changed a little bit. So, and then Jogo is being changed as well. Just a bunch of different changes. If you guys want me, maybe I'll do a separate video going over all the changes, because there's just so many changes, right? But this way you at least know what characters are being changed and stuff like that. Hanami is being changed, and the crazy thing is nobody even has Jogo or Hanami yet. Nobody got to use them before the change, so what was the point of like even releasing them without the change? I don't get it. Nanami is going to be changed a little bit. Mai Zenin is going to be changed. And Saki Rindo is going to be changed. So those are all the characters that are going to be changed. And then recollection bits also getting changed. And this all happens on December 3rd at the same time as the update for the story. We have Pride, Rock Solid Formation, Educator, and Unity from top to bottom. All of those recollections getting changed as well. So once again, if you guys want to see a separate video for that, make sure you let me know down in the comments. And last but not least, the silver lining that I was talking about in the game. So if you go to the Gacha tab, and I've said this in a couple of videos, and it might not be what you want to hear, but it is a little bit of a silver lining because it just happened for me on JP, which was absolutely amazing. Any character that you don't pull will eventually be added to this general pool banner. It has been 100% confirmed that it is going to do the same exact thing as JP, where you are able to pull on this banner with tickets that you save up over time. Some people already have like 100 tickets saved up. You should be saving up as many tickets as you can, and eventually in the gacha details, we are going to get those SSR characters added to this banner. Now, I don't know if it's all going to happen in one chunk a few months down the line. I don't know if they're going to do it like 2 months after a character releases for every character. They have not said exactly how they're going to add characters to the banner and when, but I can guarantee you 100% if you miss out on Hollow Purple Gojo, if you miss out on Agile Body Itadori, if you miss out on Nishimiya, all of those characters will eventually be added to this banner. Now, does that help you right now with needing them? Not really, but it is good news because you can still get those characters for free. I literally just got Hollow Purple Gojo for free on JP summoning on this banner. So it is very possible. It is one very nice aspect to this game. Now, I do have to say though, if you miss out on characters like Hollow Purple Gojo, it makes Tower infinitely harder. I barely just beat stage 21 with Hollow Purple Gojo because I did not have him before now, and my only green attacker that was halfway decent was the original Itadori. So if you miss out like on Hollow Purple Gojo, it is going to be significantly harder for you to clear tower and get all the rewards you want. So just keep that in mind. And with that said, I want to go back to my original point. I really hope they give us some more cubes or a way to earn cubes. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about that and be like, there's not enough cubes. I understand completely. We don't know that yet though, so I just want to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, but I completely understand if there's comments that are upset. But that is it for the video, guys. Hopefully that puts your mind at ease a little bit. I know it's not the greatest thing, but it is a little bit of a silver lining there. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.